Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the Sheetrock Gun. This is a DCF620, and then we're also going to talk about the impact driver with a sheetrock bit. Before we get into the Sheetrock Gun, I want to go ahead and do the giveaway. This is for the Craig kit, the pocket hole kit. We've had some subscribers put in for it, and this is how we're going to do it. I have a random number selector. I just push it like this. It just randomly selects a number. Everybody that commented on that video, on the giveaway video, I assigned you a number after you commented. So I'm going to just pick a random number, just like so. And who lands on or gets closest to it will win this giveaway. Let's get to it. I have all the numbers written here. Everybody's name and all the numbers down through here. So let's go ahead and randomly select a number. You can see it on the screen. 3, 2, 1. 53. The number is 53. And it looks like Adam Justice had the number 50. So Adam, congratulations. You are the winner of the pocket hole screw kit. And I will get with you and get it to you. I appreciate you subscribing, commenting on the video. This is a really good kit. And if you're watching this video and you would like a chance to win another giveaway in the future, please consider subscribing to the channel. It's easy to win. I've been doing giveaways monthly. But with that being said, let's get to the review. All right, guys, this is the DCF620 Sheetrock Gun. This gun measures just under 9 inches by 8 3/4 inches. This sheetrock gun also has a locking cone. There is an unlock and a lock. This gun can turn up to 4,400 RPMs. It has a brushless motor for efficient performance. It has the LED light at the bottom above the battery. So when you're working in a little bit dark place, you can see the wall. You can run the DeWalt line 20-volt max batteries in it. You can run a 4-amp. You can even run the small 2-amp batteries, probably even a flex volt battery in this as well. This gun weighs roughly 2.5 pounds. It's not real heavy. It's balanced very well with the length and the weight being at the bottom where the battery's at. When you hold it, it don't seem to want to tilt real bad. It don't put a lot of pressure on your wrist. It is just balanced really well. This also has the rubber grips, just like the rest of the XR lineup. If you need to change the bit on this, all you got to do is unlock the cone, pull it off, and then you have this yellow ring at the bottom. You just press that yellow ring down, and this will come out, and this will be your shank. There's just a small bit in there. You just pull it out. This is a 1/4 inch shank. To reinstall it, you just push it back in, push it, and then put your cone back on. It will automatically line up. You just kind of twist it a little bit and then just lock it. Now, to adjust the bit, you have this setting right here. You can see it shows a shorter screw, a deeper screw, and even deeper. This thing turns and turns and turns. And you can adjust this, and the more you turn it, the more this will come out, and the less you turn it, it will sink back in. And it's just according on how far you want to sink your screw. So one reason why I bought this tool is because I've been getting into more sheetrock work here lately, and this is the difference that I wanted to talk about. So you have the impact driver, and it has these little sheetrock bits, just like so. And that's probably efficient if you have small sheetrock jobs. But the biggest difference is when you run this, the outside of this bit turns. The stainless that surrounds the Phillips screw for the sheetrock, that turns. So when you put your sheetrock screw in and you screw that in, with that spinning and it hits the sheetrock, it can actually tear the paper on the sheetrock. And that's exactly why I ended up investing in a sheetrock gun, because this does not do that. It don't spin. Like, this bit will not spin until it's under pressure. And once it's under pressure, when you push in, that's when it engages into the spinning cycle of this screw. So you can put your finger on it and it's not going to turn. But once you put pressure and this pushes in, kind of like a nail gun in some sense, once it pushes in, it engages into that 1/4 inch hex and then it starts spinning the screw. That way you don't oversink your screw, and this metal around the end stays stationary. The only thing that turns is the screw, the Phillips in the middle. So when you run this all the way in, you will bottom it out on the sheetrock, and where this doesn't spin, you don't tire the paper. You just adjust the depth that you want the screw to go into the sheetrock. So when you get this gun, the very first thing you want to do is just grab you a scrap piece and a piece of wood and just drive you a few screws in until you get this adjustment right to where the screw is this countersunk just enough to where when you add mud, it covers it. You don't want the screw to go all the way through to where it breaks the paper, because then you're going to have a weak joint. And anytime the wall flexes or anything like that, and where wood expands and contracts, you're going to have like a nail pop or something like that, where it's just going to start coming loose from the wall. The paper on the sheetrock is what's going to adhere this sheetrock to the wall. And that's the bond. You don't want to break that paper. If you break that paper, you're going to have a weaker joint. So I have a scrap piece of sheetrock here. I'm going to show you how this works, show you how to set it by depth of your screw, and then I will also show you how the impact driver does, and where this outside stainless ring keeps turning, how it can also tire the paper. Okay, you can see the 2x4 here, and this is a piece of sheetrock. Let's go ahead and drive a screw and see what it looks like. So you can see that screw that we drove was too deep. I adjusted the settings to where we would do this so I could show you how to adjust it. Now let's adjust the gun. So this bit in the middle sticks up too far. So you want to turn this to where this bit will sink in some. You don't want to turn too much, or you won't sink in. You won't be able to sink the screw deep enough. So let's just adjust it a little bit. I'm going to leave it right there, and let's drive another one. So now you can see that that is perfect, about perfect. That is very little countersunk to where you could put a little bit of mud over that right there and you would be just fine. If you bust the paper like this right here, I would go ahead and drive another screw right below it and right above it. Don't leave a screw like this in your sheetrock. It will be a weak joint. You see how clean that is? The paper's not ripped or anything. It's just got a little indentation, and that's because this part does not turn. So when this is the only thing that turns the screw, when this bottoms out on the sheetrock, the only thing you're going to have is a little nice indentation. Now let's try this impact driver with the sheetrock bit on it, and I'll show you what it looks like. That indented quite a bit more, which I probably could have took it just a little easier. It didn't tire the paper on this particular one as bad, but if you have multiple ones, I have tore a lot of paper joints by driving in the screws, and sometimes you can even drive them in a little too deep with that. This is barely breaking the paper right here, which this would probably be okay. So that's why I say if you don't have a lot of sheetrock work, this bit would probably be just fine. But if you want to get into doing sheetrock properly and try to keep the best result as much as possible, I would recommend buying one of these guns. Let's drive another one with the impact driver. Now let's drive a couple with this. This makes it so easy because you just press and it turns so fast that they countersink extremely fast. And you can just keep on going. and it's almost a perfect set. Once you adjust this, you will very seldom have one that doesn't, that may go in too far or not deep enough. And that's a lot to do with the angle you hold the gun. But most of the time, especially in straight runs, you cannot beat this. This is so much faster. You can throw the screw on there, I mean, just one right after another. Now, one more thing about this is you can buy a magazine for this sheetrock gun. It comes through and mounts to this, and you can put multiple screws that they have like a plastic holding the screws together. The attachment for this is a DCF620, and you can load this thing up and go screw after screw after screw and not have to individually load one at a time. And I will be buying the attachment for this, and I will do a review on it as well once it comes in. The price of this tool runs about $100 if you can catch it on sale, run all the way up to $150 by a tool. You're probably looking at about $200 in that ballpark if you want to include the battery. The attachment, the DCF6201 that you get for the front of this, for the magazine, that runs around $80. I will put a link in the description below. Feel free to check those links out, read about them, read the reviews, and see what you think about it. Well, that's going to conclude today's video. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked the review. Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think about the sheetrock gun. I'd love to hear about it. Consider subscribing to the channel, and we'll catch you on the next one.